but some big news coming out of Washington, the nation's capital, that they have selected Spencer Carbery as their next head coach. Mike, not really all that much of a shock given the Carbery connection to the Washington Capitals organization, having been a head coach of the Hershey Bears previously. He spent the last 2 seasons behind the bench of the Toronto Maple Leafs as an assistant coach. I believe he was a finalist for the Boston Bruins position that ended up going to Jim Montgomery. And so when you think about Carbery and his now ascension to the helm in Washington, Mike, this seems like a guy, when you look at his resume here, that's certainly put in the work.
Yeah, he's in the right place at the right time, and he's earned that right. And I've had my eye on Carbery now for the better part of a decade. He was a player in the ECHL with the South Carolina Stingrays. He bumped up to assistant coach, then head coach in a 3-year span, kicked ass in the ECHL, went to Hershey and did the exact same thing. Over 3 years there, his record was phenomenal. He was the American Hockey League Coach of the Year in 2021 in that abbreviated season. And what I like about this fit is not just the previous connection to the Washington Capitals, having been their AHL coach for a few years. It's that he was also in Hershey with current Capitals assistant coach Scott Allen. So Scott Allen and Spencer Carbery worked together in Hershey in tandem, did a great job there. And that familiarity, I think, is really going to be something that Carbery can lean on, because Allen is very good on the defensive side, the penalty kill. Carbery, when he was with the Maple Leafs, he ran the power play. He ran the offensive side of things, second best power play in the NHL with the Maple Leafs. So, for me, he was one of the top young coaching prospects in the game. And I think that he's ready for this job. This isn't that this is a flyer. Carbery was on a lot of people's list, Frank.
The Caps arrive at this at a fascinating spot, certainly a period of transition, some familiar faces getting up there in age, some roster turnover as we witnessed at the trade deadline back in March with the Caps selling off some pieces.